നമസ്കാരം. വെൽക്കം ബാക്ക് ടു ഷീബാസ് ട്രാവൽ സ്റ്റോറി. നിങ്ങൾ തന്ന എല്ലാ സപ്പോർട്ടിനും വളരെയധികം നന്ദി. ഒത്തിരി വ്യൂസും ഫീഡ്ബാക്സും ഒക്കെ കിട്ടുന്നുണ്ട് ബ്ലോഗിന്. നിങ്ങൾ നിങ്ങളുടെ ടൈം ടേക്കിംഗ് ഔട്ട് യുവർ ടൈം ടു വാച്ച് മൈ വീഡിയോസ് ആൻഡ് സോ ഗ്രേറ്റ്ഫുൾ for that. So today I'm going to explain an yet another country experience, which is Netherlands. From Berlin we took a train to go to Netherlands, specifically the capital city Amsterdam. Amsterdam is very popular, and hope most of us who watched Bollywood movies is a very familiar kind of place. Amsterdam, it came in n number of movies, and the cycling in Amsterdam is something is very famous, which we see in narrow walkways in which people normally use cycle. We landed in Amsterdam also. You can see the n number of cycles which is just kept beside when near to the train station, adjacent to the river, n number of, and that itself is an amazing view to see. And it's very common. Amsterdamil cycling cheyannulladu bhayangara common aanu. It's one of the വളരെ കോമൺ ആയിട്ട് അവർ യൂസ് ചെയ്യുന്ന ഒരു ട്രാൻസ്പോർട്ടേഷൻ സർവീസ് ആണ്. അപ്പോൾ റെയിൽവേ സ്റ്റേഷനിൽ എത്തിക്കഴിഞ്ഞ് കഴിഞ്ഞാലും ഒത്തിരി n നമ്പർ ഓഫ് കൗണ്ട് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റാതെ അത്രയും സൈക്കിൾസ് ഇങ്ങനെ അറേഞ്ച് ചെയ്ത് വെച്ചിരിക്കുന്നത് കാണാം. അവൻ കണ്ടു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ തോന്നും ഇതിനകത്ത് അവനവൻ്റെ സൈക്കിൾ എങ്ങനെ അവർ ഐഡന്റിഫൈ ചെയ്ത് മനസ്സിലാക്കുന്ന അറിയത്തില്ല. അത്രയും കൂടുതൽ സൈക്കിൾസ് ആയിരുന്നു. അതിനായിട്ട് സൈക്കിൾ റൈഡ് ചെയ്യാനായിട്ട് അവർക്കൊരു പാത്വേ ഉണ്ട്. അപ്പം ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് വെരി ഈസി ടു കമ്മ്യൂട്ട് വിത്ത് സൈക്കിൾ. ആ റിവർ സൈഡിൽ കൂടെ സൈക്കിൾ പോകുന്ന ഒരു വിഷ്വൽ നിങ്ങൾ കുറേ ബോളിവുഡ് മൂവീസിൽ കണ്ടിരിക്കും. സോ ആംസ്റ്റർഡാമിന്റെ ഓരോ സ്ഥലങ്ങൾ കാണാൻ പോകുമ്പോഴും നമുക്കത് ഭയങ്കര ഫെമിലിയർ ആയിട്ട് തോന്നും. നിങ്ങൾ ബോളിവുഡ് ഹിന്ദി മൂവീസ് ഒക്കെ കാണുന്നവരാണെങ്കിൽ, ഐ മീൻ അഡീഷൻ ടു ഹോളിവുഡ് മൂവീസ്, ഈ സ്ഥലം ഈ മൂവിയിൽ കണ്ടതാണല്ലോ എന്ന തരത്തിൽ കാണാൻ അത്രയും ഫെമിലിയർ ആയിട്ട് കുറേയൊക്കെ പ്ലേസസ് ആംസ്റ്റർഡാമിൽ തോന്നി. One of the attraction in Netherlands, specifically in Holland, is the tulips. 7 million flowers arranged in one place. So that is the beauty of tulips in Holland, which is part of Netherlands. This happens from March till May. So March is a blossom starts period, and by end of May it ends. So April is the best time where you can see the flowers in its best possible way. And we didn't actually plan the tulip place to go and see. It is a little far from Amsterdam, and you need to take a bus and then again take a tourist bus which takes you to this place. So it takes 1 or 2 hours for you to go, and then that much time to come back. We are not planned for it. And while traveling, when I was talking to one of my classmates during graduation, he was placed somewhere close to that for a long time. So he said this is one place where you can explore. And when surprisingly when I checked, I realized it has to be in this time, right? From March to May. If you are traveling to this country in any other time period, you cannot see this. So I was like, I cannot miss this, because this is April. You can watch, you can visit a country at a again or at a different time as well, but this is a very limited 2 or 3 months is what is available. So I was like, I cannot miss this. So I planned to cover this place as well, which took out a lot of my time from Amsterdam, but it was something which this is a good decision. And it's amazing. If someone who has not seen, I don't know is the pronunciation correct, it says Keukenhof tulip garden, acres and acres of land which is only flowers, only n number of varieties of flower. And I recently watched an article, read an article. They said there are 7 million flowers. The people from 100 countries visit this place in just a 2 or 3 months time period to see the tulips. And this time now it's during this year 2020 there is no visitors. It's completely closed because of COVID. But the amount of efforts goes behind it to maintain these flowers, and it's arranged so beautifully. ഇറ്റ്സ് ലൈക്ക് കണ്ണെടുക്കാൻ വയ്യ. കണ്ണെത്തുന്ന അത്രയും ദൂരത്തിൽ നമ്മൾ സീ ഒക്കെ കാണുന്ന പോലെ, ലൈക്ക് നമ്മൾ നോക്കുമ്പോൾ കണ്ണെത്തുന്ന ദൂരം വരെ വെള്ളം മാത്രമാണ് കാണാൻ പറ്റുന്നത്. അതുപോലെയായിരുന്നു തുലിപ്പ് ഗാർഡൻ, കുക്കൻ ഓഫ് തുലിപ്പ് ഗാർഡനിൽ പോയപ്പോൾ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്ന ഒരു വ്യൂ. നമ്മുടെ ഐസൈറ്റ് എത്തുന്ന അത്രയും ദൂരത്ത് ഫ്ലവേഴ്സ് മാത്രമേ ഉള്ളൂ. ഏക്കേഴ്സ് ഓഫ് ലാൻഡ് വിത്ത് ഫ്ലവേഴ്സ്. സോ വെൻ യു ഗോ എന്താണ് ഒരു ടൂറിസ്റ്റ് ബസ്സില് അവിടെ എത്തുന്ന ആ വഴിയിലും തുലിപ്പ് ഗാർഡൻ്റെ അവിടെ നിന്ന് എത്തുന്നതിനും എത്രയോ മുന്നേ യു വിൽ ഗെറ്റ് എ ഡിസ്റ്റന്റ് വ്യൂ ഓഫ് തുലിപ്പ് ഗാർഡൻസ്. ഇങ്ങനെ ചിലതൊക്കെ ഇങ്ങനെ അതും ഒരേ കളറിലെ ഫ്ലവേഴ്സ് ആണ്, ഒത്തിരി തുലിപ്സ് ആണ് ഒത്തിരി സ്ഥലത്തുള്ളത്. അപ്പോൾ എൻറ്റയർ പ്ലേസ് ഫുള്ളി എന്താണ് ഒരു മഞ്ഞ കളർ അടിച്ച പോലെ കാണാം ബസ്സിൽ നിന്നൊക്കെ നോക്കുമ്പോൾ ദൂരത്തിൽ. അത് കണ്ണെത്തുന്ന ദൂരത്ത് വരെ ആ ഒരു കളർ മാത്രം. അത് കഴിഞ്ഞ് പേർപ്പിൾ കളർ, അത് കഴിഞ്ഞ് റെഡ് കളർ. ഇറ്റ്സ് ലൈക്ക് ഒരു one among a thing which you should, if you are if you can, you should not miss. The experience was amazing, though it was കുറച്ച് difficult ആയിരുന്നു because it was not planned earlier, so you have to find out the route, എങ്ങനെ പോകണം. അതും ഒരു straight away നമ്മൾ താമസിച്ചെടുത്തുനിന്ന് പോകാനുള്ള ഒരു ഓപ്ഷൻ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നില്ല. I had to go to a main point, pick up a bus from there and then go to connect to the tourist bus and അത് കഴിഞ്ഞ് വേണം പോവാൻ. Many times it happens with me when I travel. I get into something, instantaneously I take a decision and that turns out to be the best thing in life. So this was one of such experience, and I am thankful to my friend who reminded me ki why don't you try to go to Kukunov. So yeah, thanks to him.
There's something in the air. On my mind. On my mind. On my mind.
Yes.
Well, you get it all on.
You want to see if we can get down on the boat house? Olha tudo que tá no sol.
La prima volta.
Vedi quali erano un po' dopo te. No.
Schiet maar op een koppertje. Is alles goed?
Ma lavora, Davide.
Goed? Ik heb al een avond, dat is van mij.
ബെർലിനിൽ നിന്ന് ഒരു അറൗണ്ട് ഒരു 6 മണിക്കൂർ ട്രെയിൻ ജേർണി ആണ് ടു ആംസ്റ്റർഡാം. ഫ്രം ബെർലിൻ ടു ആംസ്റ്റർഡാം ഇറ്റ് ടുക്ക് 6 hours through the train. So many of you asked me like, you know, how do you book? I think I told in earlier vlog as well, if you book upfront you really get much cheaper train tickets, but if you book close to your travel date, that may get expensive, and especially the site which you use normally is a Go Euro, which got, I mean, they changed their name to Omio, OMIO. That's the site where you can book all your internal travels within Europe through a train system. So it gives you n number of varieties, the timing, where you have to go, all those details. So that is the site through which we booked all our tickets, Go Euro, and the name got changed recently to Omio, OMIO. So that is the site where you can find out the time, the distance. So, you know, accordingly when you plan, you can choose your country which you wanted to cover as well. So when you choose itself, you know how much time it takes, how frequently there is a train on the missile, where options and I mean, that should also be considered. And is it flying is an easy option, or is it traveling by train is an easy option, or you say, you know, and then if you want to cover 4 countries, which all countries I should select so that I don't spend a lot of time on traveling. So or end in the matte end like travel is the that may not be a preferable way, right? Like you can cover that country maybe a different time. If also if you wanted to really do a better planning and a best use of your time which you are taking out, best use of your money, good to cover, you know, countries which is close by, 3 or 4 countries if you are planning to cover close by. So this Go Euro will give you all those details when you are covering, when you are booking the tickets, or you know, just to trying to find out the information as well, how much time it takes, what is the nearby country I can go, how I can plan, how much is the amount, and all that detail. So I hope this information helps you. So one thing I wanted to talk about is the stay throughout our Europe trip. We try to stay in hotel where, you know, the expenses are not too much. So Ibis kind of 3-star hotels are available. So what is good thing about having a hotel setup? A hotel setup is that, you know, it's 24/7. Their reception will be available, food will be available. So even if you are late or if you want to go early, there is no constraint, and full service is available. So hotels are the first preferred thing. But the challenge with hotels are, they are little expensive, and if you wanted to have a budget friendly travel, it's little it comes a little expensive when you are into the main city, etc. So that is one thing. So a couple of places we stayed in Ibis, which is a 3-star hotel chain, which we see in India as well. So that was very, very comfortable stay. But what you get the rooms, which is very, very small compared to what you get in India, where you have stayed. The second one is we booked some apartments, which is which is little more cost effectively, budget friendly. So one surprising thing about the apartment, what we realized, it's very fully furnished, well clean maintained apartment. But the thing is, you don't get to meet anyone in the apartment, like no service provider or anybody to contact. So when we landed there and we were like trying where to ask, whom to ask, there is nothing where we will get the key of the apartment. We were not sure. We are standing in front of the apartment, but we do not know where to get the key, whom to contact. So we checked the booking, what we have done, the email confirmation we have received. There is no email number, there is no phone number, nothing. And we are like shocked how to get inside this house. Now we are already traveled so long, came in front of this apartment, now how to get it. And then we again sat and started reading the entire manual what they have sent along with the booking. It said, so it has already given us a code. So there is a box in front of that apartment, and you put that code in the box, so you get the particular allocated room numbers key automatically. And it was something which I have never seen, and we almost spent 30 to 45 minutes to figure out this. We thought there will be somebody, some caretaker, someone will be there who is arranging us all these services, and we were like little skeptical. What happens if if we need some support, some help, to whom to reach out? Nothing. But 2 days when we stayed, everything was available, everything. There is not a single thing for which we had to call back the support service or the house owner, or how do we do normally in a homestay and kind of thing. There was nothing. Everything was perfect. So there was no reason for which we had to really contact them. But so the initial doubt got cleared as the day went along when we stayed there 2 days. So it was such an amazing thing which we have seen. That was the second kind of stay what we had. And in Amsterdam, the third one which we experienced or experimented for that matter, which is a hostel service, which is very common in Europe throughout, where you have wanted to specifically if you are traveling solo, this is the best thing to use, because for a hotel when you book it's expensive. In hostels it is like you get boys hostel, you get girls hostel, you get a mixed hostel as well. It's depending on your comfort level, you can book whatever you want. So just you are paying for a bed, and bed also like bunker beds you will see. So it's you can get like only 2 people, 3-4 people staying together, or if it's a 10 people staying together, that kind of rooms are also available. So you will have like 5 bunker beds kept in a room, and 10 people are staying in that place. So this is something which we tried and experimented in Amsterdam, and the experience was very nice. They did provide breakfast. There was a kitchen as well where you wanted to instantly heat something and cook. That was possible. And it was, initially we were a little skeptical because we didn't, this is the first experience for us, we staying in a hostel, and it was consciously we chose. We wanted to really know how it worked. And most of them were traveler, and we did met one of the Indian lady. She was traveling, and rest of them were also traveling. Some of them were like in Amsterdam for quite long time. Get to meet a lot of people, but you have to be careful as well, right? You do not know, so you don't want to mingle with people a lot, just to hi, hello, and from where they are coming and all that, and limit your conversation. That's what we did. Don't wanted to explore too much because you do not know what kind of people, where are they traveling from, etc. But it gave us a pleasant experience staying in Amsterdam in hostel.
Cheese is very famous in Amsterdam and Netherlands for all the dairy products, and they call it as Gouda. So it's a hard cheese. The shop, you see, it is maintained for selling in a variety of size, shape and color. It was nice to see.
So bye bye Amsterdam. Amsterdam story ഇവിടെ തീരുകയാണ്. Next time we will see with the experience of a different country from where we are traveling from Amsterdam. Thank you so much for all your support. If you're still not put a like button, please do that and share your comments. If you're watching this channel for the first time, click the subscribe button and the bell icon for the notification whenever I upload my videos. Every Wednesday and Saturday you will get to hear my travel stories from my channel Shiva's Travel Story. Thank you so much.